Welcome back to Manotick StringWorks. So today's a pretty special day here in the shop. I'm going to announce the official launch of these pickup and string height gauges. They are going to be made available for sale on Shopify. The link will be in the description below this video. And to redesign them a little bit, make them user friendly, and hopefully you'll be interested in buying some and getting some for your shop. So let's have a closer look at them. I can probably answer a few questions about them and let you know how you can go about purchasing them. So regular viewers of my channel should be familiar with these string height and pickup height gauges that I've made quite a few years ago, and I use regularly in all the setups that I do. So we have here, this is a pickup height gauge. It has a 1/8 side and a 3/32, so bass 1/8, treble 3/32. Here's a string height gauge in 5 and 6/64, and this is a 4/64 string height gauge, but this is in steel. At the time I couldn't find a brass rod, so these are brass and these are steel. This one's steel. So I put these together and I like them a lot, and I've used them, for a few years. But I get so many questions and comments about where do I get these, and decided that, well, how about I make some for sale? So redesigned them a little bit, came up with some refinements, and ended up with these. So I'll show you. We have a 3 and a 4/64, all in brass with maple barrel here. Then we have a 5 and a 6/64, again maple with brass. And then we have the pickup height, bass and treble side, 1/8 and 3/32, again in brass. Now of course with a pickup that's important because it's non-magnetic and it's not going to stick right to a pole piece. And a couple of refinements. What I did here is to make them easy to grab. The 3 and 4 has a single stripe down the middle. The 5 and 6 has 2 stripes. So when they're on your bench, you can reach over and you know what you want. So commonly for a guitar, you're going to use 3 and 4, probably 4/64 the most. But if you're a shredder, or for Gibson style LPs or SGs, Les Paul setup likes to see 3/64 on the bass side. So I didn't have that one before, so now I've got that here. We have a 5 and a 6 gauge for string height. Now this one's probably going to be the most useful for basses, so between 5 and 6/64. I like a bass setup, be either 5 or 6 depending on the bass, but this one will probably be for basses. And of course, again, with a Les Paul or SG, an ES3035, the bass side spec is to have 5/64, so that would be useful. And of course the pickup height has the bass and treble marked, bass and treble marked, 1/8 on the bass side and 3/32, which is 6/64, I know, on the treble side. So how do you use these things? Well, let's go in close. So if we want to measure the string height or set the string height, let's say here we have a Stratocaster on the bench, so we want to use 4/64 right there, and I like to put it under the string at the 17th fret on a Strat, and then you just tap down, and if you feel a little bit of bounce, there's a little height above the gauge, right? So then you can lower your string down till it's just touching as you pass it under. You can go through each string and do that. Now I'll pick up the next gauge. This is 5/64 on this end. Do the same thing. Yeah, and that one, so this guitar is set up at about 5, which is probably a little high for a Strat, but some people like playing it like that. And of course, if this was a Les Paul, you could use the 3/64 end on this gauge at the 12th fret for the treble side and measure it. So what's nice about these is I've made them long enough that the rod will sit on 2 frets, so it sits flat. right? It'll span at least a couple of frets when you get down to like the 17th fret like that. So it makes it a little more stable. So let's look at the pickup height gauge, and again, same way, we're in brass, so it's non-magnetic. The bass side is 1/8, the treble side's 3/32. Push down on the last fret, and I'm going to use the bass side to just check underneath this pickup and the string. That's pretty good, that's nice. So you can use it as a quick guide to let you know, right? So it works really well. Again, they're brass, they're non-magnetic, all the same. So again, if you're interested in buying a set of these gauges, so the 2 string height gauges and the pickup gauge, they come as a set of 3. You can buy them on Shopify. The link is in the description below this video. And I just want to thank everyone for all your support, watching the videos, sending me all the comments, asking me about these gauges in particular. And it's really a lot of fun to hear everyone's feedback. So I also want to give a big shout out to my daughter Georgia, who helped me in the design and the production of all of these gauges. So they'll be available in a limited quantity to start, and then as we'll gauge interest, we'll make more available as we see fit. So I hope you get a set. Keep watching the videos. Bye for now. Take care.